What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're gonna be doing our 2024 Best of Beauty, my yearly beauty favorites. I always love doing a roundup at the end of the year. You guys might not see this until the very beginning of 2025, so if it's already 2025, Happy New Year. But we're gonna run through the absolute best in beauty for this past year, in my opinion. I picked one product in basically every category of makeup. I just went through like, okay, what was the best primer? What was the best foundation? There's few categories where I have like 2 products, but very, very few. I really tried to narrow it down and give you guys like, this is the best. So I wasn't like bombarding with 1,000 favorites. You know what I mean? Because if it's a favorite, it's gotta be the best. I really don't do like monthly favorites or anything like that. So I feel like getting to do this roundup at the end of the year is always really, really fun and exciting. We have a really great mix of drugstore and high-end products in today's video too. And all of these things are like tried and true, the best, in my opinion. So without further ado, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Click the little bell right next to the subscribe button to be notified of all my future uploads, and let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, first things first, for primer, this will probably be no surprise. I feel like I've talked about this so many times, but the NYX The Face Glue Primer, it's just so good. This came out like maybe midway throughout the year, like maybe even closer to the end of the year than midway, but it stole the show from me. I love a good gripping primer, but most gripping primers are not hydrating whatsoever at all. And I do have dry skin, so I like a primer that feels hydrating, and this one literally gives you the best of both worlds because you can spread it out. It feels almost like a moisturizer or a cream going on. It's not sticky, and it feels nice and hydrating and cooling to the skin. But then once you've kind of gotten it spread out on your face, that's when like the stickiness part of it will start to activate it and it becomes tacky. You can see like my hand sticking to my face a little bit, and that's what's gonna adhere your foundation onto the skin. So it gives you the best of both worlds, hydration, but also longevity for your makeup, which is why we're using a primer to begin with. So love this, it's drugstore, you can't beat it. Okay, for foundation, this was a little hard. I tried a lot of great foundations this year, but honestly, my absolute favorite was the new Urban Decay Face Bond foundation. This came out this year, and on paper, this looks like a foundation that I would hate because I have dry skin, and this is supposed to be like super matte, super long wearing, which I mean, even if you have dry skin, you're gonna like that, but it's supposed to be very matte, very full coverage, no glow, luminosity, hydration, like nothing like that. And honestly, ever since I tried it, I was like, oh my goodness, it's so good. I normally am shade light, medium, cool, but I grabbed light, medium, golden too. I think light medium cool is probably still my best shade, but the coverage that this foundation gives, it's just like so good. It reminds me a lot, like a really long time ago, Urban Decay used to have a foundation that I think was called like All Nighter, which was also really full coverage. This is like a better version basically of that. I kind of just like squeeze it onto my face, and then I'll normally use like some sort of big buffer brush just to buff it out, but it gives flawless coverage without looking like super cakey on the skin, but it just like perfects the skin. So good. And this is gonna last literally through anything. Like you put this on in the morning and it's truly still gonna look good at night and is just so stinking beautiful. So if it goes to show anything, I would say, even if you think you may not like something, try it, you know, because it could surprise you. Because again, I tried this thinking, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, and then literally here we are. Alrighty, for concealer, my most used by far was the Hourglass Vanish. I have to scrape the sides of this to get anything out of it. I'm using shade Pearl, but I absolutely love the coverage this gives. Is great, but it is not drying to the skin, which I really like. Especially if you have more dry under eyes, you're gonna love this. Honestly, Hourglass, I mean, their products are really good. They do come at a high price point, but this is one that I think is worth every single penny and really is a fabulous product that I have used year after year. I think this was probably most definitely in my favorites last year and maybe even the year before too. This has been out for a long time. It's not like it's a new product, but really was one of my ride or die concealers this year, and definitely the one that I reached for the absolute most. Okay, for contour, this was one of my favorites last year, I'm pretty sure, and it's still reigning true as a favorite this year. This is the ColourPop Bronze Stick. The shade that I'm using is a Moonstone Beach. Honestly, this is just so stinking good, and it's like 10 bucks. A lot of times you can get it for cheaper too. You guys know, as always, if you order off ColourPop's website, you can use code Kelly, which will get you 10% off. I believe they have this at Target and Ulta too, though. It's creamy, it's pigmented, it blends like a dream. I haven't found something better than this yet. If you like the Rare Beauty bronzer stick, which I personally love that, it's a great product, but this is very similar and at a cheaper price point. So definitely check it out if you have not already. I love it. Okay, now that we have that all blended out, time for blush. I had a lot of different blushes that I tried and that I loved this year, but one that I really love is this Poppy Dew blush from Say. It was between this one and then the Charlotte Tilbury Pinkgasm. That's another blush that I love. It's beautiful. But this Say Dew blush is really, really pretty, and specifically, again, this color, Poppy. It's kind of like a coral, which I really was into like the corals this year, and it's just stunning. This is really pretty too, like on bare skin, because this leaves like a little bit of a glow. That's why it's called the Dew blush. And you'll see when it blends out, it's not super, super pigmented. I feel like in 2025, we're gonna see more like cream blushes that are a little more natural. Like, I love a pigmented product, don't get me wrong, but if I have to blend and blend and blend for like a million years, I'd rather just have something that's less pigmented, you know? And like this to me is the perfect amount of pigment, like gives a pretty pop to the cheeks, but I really don't have to blend it all that much, and gives the prettiest little flush to the cheeks. So I absolutely love this. And like I said, it does give a little bit of glow to the skin, which you can of course set with a powder blush, or if you want that glow, you can leave it and have your cheeks have that little, you know, extra glow and pop to them. Like I said, it also looks really pretty just on like bare skin, especially like in the summer. So pretty and cute. So love this. Okay, next for powder. Again, probably not a surprise if you've watched any of my videos this year, but this pink powder from Laura Mercier, this is the translucent loose setting powder tone up version in the shade Rose. It's beautiful. This is basically like the OG Laura Mercier translucent loose powder, which has been like around forever, such a favorite, but it adds brightness because it has that slight pinky tone to it. So underneath the eyes, it's just flawless and fabulous. And it also really blurs, which I like. Like, not only is it setting your concealer in place and giving you that brightness, but it also really blurs the under eye area. And I can tell such a difference when I use this versus when I don't, and just makes my under eyes look so much better in my opinion. So I love it. Alrighty, up next for brows, we're gonna go in with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. Still love this. This has been part of my favorites for years, and I still love it. So still can confirm favorite. I'm gonna use this to underline the brow and give us a nice base. But then the two stars of the show really are the Brow Lamination Brow Gel, also from L'Oreal. Absolutely love this. This is a 10 out of 10. This came out like towards the tail end of the year, and it is by far my favorite. Like, probably my favorite brow gel that I've ever tried. It's really, really good. The tiny little spoolie really gets in there and coats each brow and sets everything in place without making them like crunchy or look unnatural. I love this. Another product that's probably no surprise if you've watched me, but this is the Tarte DIY Brow Detailing Pen. Literally no one talks about this, and it's like very hard to find and on sale everywhere. So I'm reading the writing on the wall that this is probably, unfortunately, getting discontinued, although I really hope not, because it is my favorite little brow pen. I just go in with this and feather in little brow strokes, and I absolutely love it. And I really hope that they keep this product because it's so good, and by far one of my favorites. Okay, now 2024 was certainly not the year of eyeshadow for me. I definitely wore less eyeshadow this year than I have in any other years past. Partially it was just maybe like becoming a mom, and also like towards the end of my pregnancy, like a girl was tired, okay? I didn't have time for the eyeshadow, because that's definitely, I feel like, what takes me the longest in my routine. But when I was wearing eyeshadow, this was definitely a palette that I reached for the most, and that was the Makeup by Mario Master Matte's The Neutrals. I love the original one that he came out with too. I used that one a ton as well, which is more like warm tone, but he came out with this more cool tone one this year, and I do love this palette, and I did reach for it when I was doing, you know, like a night out, or I just really wanted to go all out with my makeup and like do some shadow. And I will say, I actually feel myself like slowly kind of getting back into like shadow and stuff. For Christmas Eve, I did my, was it Christmas Eve? It was sometime during, I think it was Christmas Eve. I can't remember exactly, but I did like eyeshadow, like actually, you know, full out eye look. And I was like, wow, like this actually does look really nice, you know? And it was like actually fun to do it. So I feel like I'm gonna get back into it in 2025. Like, not necessarily doing like a crazy cut crease or anything like that, but I never really did that to begin with, you know, just like putting a little something on the lids to give us some extra emphasis on the eyes. Ooh, doing my eyeshadow now, I'm really starting to see I gotta clean these brows up. Ooh, I feel like, because I normally don't have like a darker color on there, I don't see the little hairs as much. Ooh, let's not look at that. Okay. Moving right along, I'm just gonna kind of do like a little brown smoky eye situation. Just gonna smoke that back out. If you had a favorite eyeshadow palette this year, comment down below what it was. I would love to hear. Also this year there was the revamp of the Urban Decay Naked palette. That was really cool. That I really loved, because that's like an OG, like very nostalgic palette to me. So I did love that. That was like an eyeshadow launch that made me really excited this year. But yeah, if there was a launch that like really excited you this year, let me know in the comments what it was. I normally always do a lighter color on the lid, but I'm switching it up today and doing a little bit of a darker color to really give us that true smoky eye. And then I'll place the lighter color in the inner corner just to brighten that, and right beneath the brow. And then just gonna buff out the lower lash line to smoke everything out. For eyeliner, my most used was definitely the ColourPop in the shade, I think it's Honeydew, but you can tell that I used it so much because all of the writing is now off of this product. So it doesn't say the shade name anymore, but I'm almost positive it's Honeydew. This is like a cream colored liner and really just helps to make the eyes pop without being like too overwhelming, like with a stark white. So I really love this. Okay, now for mascara, another one that should come as absolutely no surprise, the Maybelline, oh my gosh, not me forgetting the name, not Maybelline, Milani Anti-Gravity Mascara. I love this stuff, you guys know that. Truly the best, high-end, drugstore, whatever. This mascara just slays and always delivers. It gives length and volume without making your lashes look clumpy. I'm just telling you, just try it and trust me. Okay, next for bronzer, I had to give honorable mention to two because these were definitely my two most used. We have the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer and then the Makeup by Mario. This is his Soft Sculpt Bronzer. I use these kind of in different ways. The NYX Buttermelt was my most used for when I wanted like an all over kind of like bronzer. So when I was kind of bronzing and contouring, this was the one that I went for. It's a little bit more of like a warm tone. And then when I was just contouring, I grabbed for the Makeup by Mario one. They are both matte, but this one has like a little bit of like luminosity I feel to it, where the Makeup by Mario is just straight matte. So for contour and strictly contour, this is great. If you kind of want to bronze and contour, I really liked this one. You really can't go wrong with either. For today, I'm just going to contour, so I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario, but both fabulous products. For blush, I did also have two, and these are so similar in shade, so you do not need both, but these were definitely like my two most used. We have ColourPop Papaya, which is such a beautiful, bright kind of peachy, pinky sort of corally shade. And then we have NARS Orgasm X, which is essentially almost the exact same shade, except this one has shimmer in it and this one is matte. So depending on if you like a little shimmer in your blush versus a little bit of matte in your blush would be which one I would recommend to you. Today, I'm gonna use the NARS one because I feel like I use this one on camera so many times. You guys have seen me use it. I feel like I've used this one less on camera, but still a fabulous blush. And if you want shimmer, I would get this one because it's gonna give you that beautiful like coral pop to the cheeks, but then you're also gonna get that shimmer and shine, and it is so pretty. And I feel like it looks like such a summery shade, but I will rock this all year round and did rock it all year round. And I just love it for the prettiest little pop. And then for highlight, I also had two. It seems like for like the powder face products that's where I had the two favorites for, but this has been an OG favorite of mine for years and years and years. If you've watched me, you already know the Wet n Wild Hello Halo Blush Layer Duo. You get two highlights in this. It's literally under $5. It's like $4 and some change. So good. Also really loved the Rare Beauty highlights that came out. Did they come out in 2023 or 2024? I'm not 100% sure, but these are beautiful. My favorite is in the shade Mesmerize. The glow that these give is really next level, and they give glow and luminosity without like emphasizing texture, because I have a lot of texture on my cheeks, especially on the top of them, but they are absolutely stunning. I'll use a little bit of the Wet n Wild one on the nose and Cupid's bow. Truly can't go wrong with either. This one is much more affordable too. So for lips, lip liner for sure is this Instapout lip liner from Hard Candy. You can get these at Walmart. They're literally like $4. The one that I'm going in with is the shade of Boyfriend. It has a liner on one side and then a little brush on the other if you want to kind of blend out your liner. But these are creamy, pigmented, and come in a bunch of different shades. I love them. And for the price, you really can't beat them. For lipstick, I believe this was a favorite of mine last year, still here this year. It was really between the Milani, they're both drugstore. The Milani, they're matte lipsticks. This one is in the shade Pleasure, was probably my most used lipstick this year. So I'll put it on, but also honorable mention to the e.l.f. O Face Satin lipsticks because I really do love those too. But this combined with the darker liner from the Hard Candy, I just think looks really pretty and I loved it. So this combo I wore a ton. And then for lip gloss, this one came out of left field for me, but it is so pretty. And I feel like I have not heard a lot of people talking about this. Anastasia Beverly Hills, I feel like is a brand that was so sought after. Like when they first came out, I feel like they changed the game. I remember I literally didn't even fill in my brows until Anastasia Beverly Hills came around and when they first dropped like the brow whizzes and stuff. And then I feel like as the years went on, I got less and less excited about their products, but I tried this lip gloss from them this year, and this is their Amber Sparkle lip gloss. And this is honestly probably the prettiest lip gloss that I've ever used. Like the glitter and glow that this gives to the lips is insane. Like it's so pretty, but it does not feel gritty to the lips at all. It's not sticky, just really good. I absolutely love this. And ever since the first time I tried it, I was like, oh my goodness, like so good. And then last but not least for setting spray, my OG is still my OG, the Urban Decay All Nighter. I love this stuff. Sets the makeup in place, isn't gonna make you dry, but really gonna make sure that your makeup lasts It's fabulous. All right, you guys, those were my 2024 beauty favorites. 2024 for me was honestly the best year of my life because I had my son this year. So it will certainly always be a year that I will forever remember, but I'm super, super excited for 2025. I'm wishing you all the best and happiest new year. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will link every single product that I talked about down below. So I have a full list there because I know I can talk fast. So I'll have everything listed there for your reference. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.